Hey Tariq, how you doing? Welcome to the Layover Lounge. So glad to have you. Thank you for blessing us in the lounge today.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.
One of the reasons I wanted to share this conversation with you and the travel buddies is because your story actually represents what I think a lot of people are searching for, which is like the courage to build a life that they don't need a vacation from. That could be building, rebuilding, starting over, or whatever. With that, like everything else comes decisions. That led me to a recent decision that I saw you make. I was scrolling out on good Facebook on the book, minding my own business like I always do. And I ran across a post. Black man out here celebrating his first solo trip, Costa Rica. I'm zooming in. I was like, okay, I'm with that. I love Costa Rica. And then I said, oh my God, is that Tariq? So I reached out and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit more about that decision for you. And you were supposed to go with someone and it didn't work out. So what was going through your mind when you realized it's solo time? Is it why wait? Just go?
Yeah, travel is one of my things. I don't know. I think it comes from my past of moving around a lot. I guess just from the beginning, I lived in Jersey, grew up, born and raised in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. Then I moved down to South Florida, West Palm Beach, and I was a teenager, 13. And then from there, me going to college at Florida A&M. I played arena ball after, so that took me traveling. I lived in South Carolina, North Carolina, and California. So just seeing different parts of the world has really had me just curious and just wanting to see what's out there, just knowing that there's a bigger world out there. And funny enough, I didn't start traveling international until I was 33. I was 33 when I got my passport. And
you were 33 when you got your first passport?
33.
Okay, I love that. Well, we're going to circle back to Costa Rica real quick, but how was that at 33 getting your passport for the first time? What made you do that?
It was just my honeymoon. So it was a honeymoon trip that we decided to go to Mexico. And yeah, that's what propelled me to get my passport for the first time. And it was an amazing time. Before that, I did travel on a cruise to the Bahamas, but Bahamas, you can have your birth certificate. So at that time, you didn't need the passport. So this is my first time actually flying international, and going to Mexico. And it was just like I said, kind of was liberating, eye-opening. You see other cultures and how things go. And it's just another part of the world that it could operate just like America, but it's just another country. And they have their own values and again, culture, how they do things. So it was very eye-opening, to say the least.
Well, clearly you have traveled internationally before. I mean, you've done that before. But in this particular trip, it was just you. This was the first time you traveled alone, right?
Yes.
So how was that experience just in the moment? What made you just say, you could have just turned around and said, you know what? It wasn't meant to be. What made you just thug it out and keep going?
Oh no, what's the slogan? One monkey don't stop me, show. I was definitely, once I already had my mind going, I was going to go. It was, and to be honest, it was on my bucket list to do a solo trip. I actually was thinking of planning on going to Machu Picchu for probably my 45th birthday in a couple of years. And I know that was going to be a solo because I don't know nobody who hype like that. So I figured that would be. So I was already planning to do a solo. This one just came sooner than expected because again, my friend backed out. And like I said, it was when you first go, because you're in a new country. So again, me just want to know my bearings. So of course you kind of, you're not on edge or paranoid, but you are aware. So you're just looking around, making sure that everything is safe. But again, it's a more, I guess, less stressful situation, I guess, because if you go with your family, then you worry about everybody's safety. And it's like, get your stuff, or we'll be going, make sure the shuttle is here. When you're by yourself, and especially dudes, you're just trying to get there. So I can take the bus. I can get an Uber or something. It don't have to be a big family private van type of thing because you're worried about safety. You as a dude, and especially if you figure you can handle yourself, you pretty much just go with the flow. So it was it was me first getting there, and then it being a foreign country. But again, in Costa Rica, a lot of people speak English there too, so that was a
Right.
helpful situation. And so yeah, it was able to maneuver. It was just me getting to the destination, and so I flew into San Jose and rented a car and drove to Jaco, and that was more of an experience driving because they drive crazy.
Yeah, let's get into the experience of Costa Rica. Like I said, I've been to Costa Rica. It's a beautiful place, but I've never been there by myself and just being able to just aimlessly wander as I please. So one, that leads me to what we see just for the travel buddies out there. Tariq is also the founder of a nonprofit organization, Dreams Over Excuses. So that's just how you live your life, it seems. Okay. You thought about
Yes.
solo travel before, but the opportunity presented itself and you had to do a quick pivot and you decided to push through. I like that. So I know we talked before today about your experience in Costa Rica. You mentioned that it was freeing and liberating. So I just wanted to know, talk to me a little bit about what was different between this trip and clearly some of your other international travel.
Again, because it's my first solo. So when you're going with other people, whether it's your family, whether it's a group of friends, it's always, I guess, a schedule depending on what everybody else want to do. So if it's somebody booking, if it's a Airbnb, you're making sure that everybody can pay their money on time. And then just like once you go with other people, you have all these variables that you have to be accountable for when you're making decisions. When you're by yourself, it was like, it's just go time. So even, like I said, when I was going with my homeboy, when he canceled, so it was already up in the air. Like he thought he was going to be able to go. And then there was a situation with the flight thing that it just didn't work out. So we had already got a hotel instead of the Airbnb thing. So that was a blessing because it wasn't a dependency. Like, okay, you got this whole Airbnb to yourself. You got to cover the cost or whatever. Everything was kind of booked separate already. So that was, I think that was a blessing that we did it that way. So once so planning it like that, everything separate. So it wasn't, again, stressful to be like you're dependent on someone else to, whether it's food or whatever it is that you have going on. It was so that's why I say it was more liberating and free, because at that point, you just kind of forced to actually communicate with other people. And that's was something that helped me.
Was it ever a time where you were like, wow, I'm out here and this is beautiful. I wish somebody could see this? Or did you do mental memory of like, hey, when I get back home, this is something I do want to share?
Yeah. So it was a two-part, I would say. Once you take advantage, of course, you want your significant other or just somebody that you would like to see this. Like, it's more of a, what can I say? Man, I wish somebody else, I could share this. That's what me. It's more so I wish I can share this. Sometimes the experience, sometimes the information. And it depends on where I'm going, because again, me thinking about who would like this type of situation, because not everybody is adventurous or so. For me, Costa Rica is more nature. You're going on hikes. You're doing, like me, I chase waterfalls. So I love to go on hikes to go on waterfalls. So it was like and I did do like a mental thought of who would really like to do this.
Well, I want to skip over something real quick, because I heard you say that you love waterfalls, and we spoke about that before, that you love, actually you said chasing waterfalls. And I thought that was dope. But what is it about the waterfalls for you that you actually chase them and love them like that?
It's just more of a serene thing, honestly. I started during the pandemic. Like, that's something we did because everything was closed down. So being here in Georgia, it was a quick, they used to call it North Georgia, up in like the Blue Ridge Mountains, or Helen. They have, which is about an hour and a half away from us. And it was just a day trip, and you go up there and it has like multiple different hikes that you can take, and it's just some amazing waterfalls. And I don't know, it's like one is more like a end point, I guess. So it's like not just taking a hike and then you just do a circle and now you're back to the beginning. It's like you're actually going on a journey to find something. And then what you find is like this beautiful nature. Like, this is not necessarily man-made. It's just something that was created, and it's in the middle of the woods, and you open up and you see just water. So to me, it's just the sereneness of it. And I think that even taking it back to the Costa Rica, the beaches. So the beaches too are serene. Just to hear the water. Like I'm one of those people, I don't like people that bring music to the beach. Like I'm like, why?
Oh, you want it now? We can't even vibe out at the beach. Okay.
I'm just like, let's listen to the waves. I don't need music. I don't know if I'm getting older or what. If I'm going to the beach, I just want to hear the waves. I'm just looking for peace. I might bring a cigar, have a book, and that's where I say that it felt the most freeing in Costa Rica, because that's exactly what it was. Like the hotel I stayed was close to the beach, so I was able to go on the beach with a chair and an umbrella, had a cigar, had a book, and just listen to the waves. And it was like, man, this just really no caring where anybody bothered me, asking me when we got to leave and or the next thing we got to go. Just a simple, like, do what you want to do. This is your time and this is your peace right here. So,
okay, well, that's a good entry point in, because there's only a couple of people in life that's going to be telling you, hey, when we about to eat, where we going next and whatever. So just for the audience out there, Tariq is not alone. He actually is a married man, a father. He is married to somebody that is family to me. So it's not like he doesn't have a travel buddy. He is just celebrating an experience that I think all people should have at least once in life, where you see things on your own, you take things in, and I'm sure when you say it's freeing and liberating, it's just some of the responsibilities. Is that a man thing to have so many responsibilities while on vacation, or is that a parenting thing, a husband thing? What is that?
Yeah, I think it is I would say a man thing. Just because, well, it's what you want to make it, as far as if you are the provider or the protector type of deal, that you looking out. And I guess it's expected, I guess, society that, yeah. And I think as a man, it'll come natural, because you just somebody. So yeah, now that I think about it, there's a couple ways to look at it. I think it comes natural to a lot of men, maybe most. Some, it just depends on your character. Like, maybe you don't care.
Well, true.
Hey, get it how you live. Get it the best way you can. I had to. So I think, but yeah, for me, it's just natural that when going with my family, of course, you want to protect them. You want to make sure they're okay. So it's when a family man travels with his family, it's less vacation, more work than vacation. Because you're like, man, I can't rest until I know everybody else comfortable. I don't know, bring anything that you might have need to bring. If it was you going to the pool, did you bring your swim shoes? Did you bring your swim shorts? Or
maybe a mix of all things. You're doing a little parenting. You got to be a good husband. You have to be just a man that's supposed to help people. And this is what I tell people all the time, because to me, vacationing with people is very personal. Like, I don't care. We are homies since the sandbox. If we've never vacationed together, I don't really know you like that. I don't know. Like you said, you are somebody who have a problem with music on the beach like that. And that's fine. There's lots of people like that. I don't think I've ever had a problem unless they playing something I don't want to hear. Like, if they vibe it, I'm gonna vibe off your music or whatever. But vacationing is personal. So when you say you need to know who wants to go hiking versus who wants to hang out on the beach, all those things make a difference. So when you typically decide that you're going to go on vacation or just get away, is that just from routine? Do you take routine vacations often, or is it usually from a result of I'm feeling a little overwhelmed or exhausted?
I think I'm just on a go a lot. Just again, because I'm curious about the world. I like to see, like, that's my vice. Like, I travel. Some people, they dibble dabble on their own vices, gamble or whatever it is. Me, I just like to travel. So it's like the crazy part, my mom would say I have nervous energy. That's what she called it. You always got to be going somewhere. Like, no, Mom, that's just me. Like, again, for me, living in these different places, it's almost like if it was an army brat, like, you just move. So it's not, you don't second guess it. And I think the difference is, you're missing vacation. I think it is people that vacation is people that travel. And I think those are two different things. So
For sure.
again, when you are on vacation, it is more of a relaxed vibe. So I think that's the family thing for me. If I'm taking a family, it's vacation. It's because I know that they probably don't want to have this itinerary of we're gonna do here, we're gonna do here, we're gonna like they just
Right.
want to relax. They might want to do one or two things, but I'm really coming here to relax and just chill, maybe by the pool or something like that. They like all inclusive resorts. Me, I think all inclusive is a waste of money because I'm not gonna be there. I'm the person, my itinerary is booked. I'm gonna have, whether it's excursion or I'm just going to explore whatever town I'm in, I'm probably going to be out of the hotel by 9 and probably won't be back until the evening time. So all that.
So are you one of those people that says like the hotel doesn't matter then? Like I heard you
Yeah.
say it doesn't matter if it's all inclusive, but you don't care what it's looking like or if it's roomy or if it has a view or not. You just in and out of there.
I like nice hotels. Don't get me wrong.
No. I'm not saying nice versus not nice. I'm saying like for me, I have to have a balcony. A view matters to me. Certain things, whether I'm in there for a long time or a little time, certain things matter. So that's what I'm just asking. It's very personal. When people say the room doesn't matter, that scares me. I'm like, what the hell? It matters.
I like a comfortable bed, but to me, all inclusive is what I was saying was a waste for me because I'm not there all day to enjoy all the food and alcohol. Like
all the excess is what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't really need all of that. Just give me a nice room. So yeah, I do like nice rooms, but it doesn't have to be all inclusive. I definitely want to be able to sleep. If I come had a long day out, I want to come back to a comfortable bed.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just all what you want. Let's talk about you. I heard you mention that you have moved around a lot and you and I have talked about where you started from in New Jersey. So let's lay a little foundation real quick. So you are originally from New Jersey, spent some time at FAMU in Florida. Shout out to all the FAMU folks out there. So let's just start there. What was that experience coming from Jersey and having life now in Florida?
Man, it was a culture shock. It was a huge culture shock. I'm actually, a side note, in therapy right now, not because of it, but to
FAMU sent you to therapy?
Life, just life in general. And it's not a bad thing. I'm more of a preventive maintenance type of guy. I don't wait till, oh my God, my life is in shambles before I try to get an oil change, so to say. I just started, just a side note, I did just start there about a month ago, and it's more so, again, to understand the why of things and just why I think the way I think. And again, I think it does come from me moving around a lot and just seeing a lot and being exposed to a lot and seeing different cultures and how people operate, and just necessarily my circle might not operate like me because we all have different experiences in life. So I was in Newark, Brick City. Shout out
Brick City, Newark.
Yeah, which was kind of rough. Like I came up during what they call the stolen car epidemic, or the movie New Jersey Drive.
That's all I think about when I think of Newark, New Jersey. New Jersey Drive. Don't leave your car out here.
Don't leave your car. It probably will be taken.
Okay.
It was kind of rough, but even being into it, I think also looking back, I was a person that could adapt to my environment. So, and of course, me being a kid, I don't know nothing different. So I would hang out and shoot. This was from 10 to 12, and I had a talk with my mom, and that was crazy. Like back then, like now, I have a 9-year-old, and it's like, oh man, no, I don't want you to go outside to ride your bike. I don't trust these people around here. Like you got to
people crazy outside, right?
Yeah, people crazy. I don't trust it like that. But I'm around the same age, 10, 11, and we ain't have no cell phones or nothing. It was like you go on and just come back before the street lights come on. So you could be going all day. They ain't never heard from you or nothing. Just you trust to come back. So again, this is Newark, and out there, I mean, that's the city. So you walk in city blocks just to go wherever it was to meet your friends. And so I think a traumatic experience was I got robbed at gunpoint when I was 11 going to school. And it was like I had to walk.
Who robs an 11-year-old? That's crazy.
For a leather jacket. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know. It's, dope things, people that's on drugs, they got a gun for some.
Right. So you gave it up.
Yeah, but he
Okay.
was the crazy part. He was on drugs. He was a nice robber because I was like, "Can't I take my lunch money out my pocket?" He was like, "All right, here we go." He let me take my money out my pocket, but took the leather jacket and I guess sold it. I don't know, but
Hard times, hard times.
it was crazy. So to go from that to, and that's kind of what sparked the idea of my parents, like, yeah, we need to get him out of here. So my grandparents, my mom's side of the family, they originate from Georgia, but a lot of them transitioned to either Jersey or Florida. My grandmother, she went to Florida. So we decided to move down there. That's where she was, and it was a transition. It was, so I go from basically in Jersey, it was black and Puerto Rican, and then I go down south and it's like 90% white. And it was crazy. My high school was 400. Yeah, 400 graduates in my senior class, and only 12 was black. And I don't think I knew all 12 black kids.
Wow. And so you go from Jersey to Florida as a teenager.
As a teenager.
So
yeah,
you already Jersey Brick City stamped. So now it's a whole new culture. So this is even before FAMU though. So you're just living there with family.
Yeah, this 13. Yeah.
Okay. And so now it's only right you HBCU bound.
Well, yeah. Again, this is part of the story. I was talking to my homeboy. It was a while ago though, probably last year, just explaining how the culture shock was, and kind of I needed the HBCU more than I knew, and I didn't know nothing about FAM until they recruited me. So I went. So again, I'm in South Florida now, at 13, a teenager going to high school. And it's a culture because it's a lot of white people, but it's also different types of white people. So you have your rednecks, you got your gothic kids, you got your comb over, I guess their parents Republican type white kids, white kids that come from money, the bougie white kids, the kids who dabble in meth or whatever, like that type of kids. So it was a whole bunch of different, I don't even know some of the cultures, but different type of people that I'm dealing with. So West Beach, it did have some black kids. It had Mexicans. I had some Mexican friends there, but it was, mostly white kids. And because I played sports, I was a cool black kid, I guess. So I did have a lot of white friends, which was cool because that exposed me to a different side of life. Like they had nice homes. So they would invite me over and got on their boats, just see these big homes that they live in and gated communities. And it was just they invite me out to dinner. So you go into these nice steakhouse restaurants or whatever. And it was just eye-opening because my family, we couldn't afford to do a lot of that stuff. So I wasn't really exposed to it until hanging with them. So funny enough, I was talking to my friend, like around when I was a junior, I had kind of flipped. I was the black kid with K-Swiss and with shell necklaces going to the beach.
Okay.
I didn't turn to like a little Oreo dude. Like I'm hanging with the white boys because I'm cool because I play sports or whatever. So FAMU actually brought me back to my culture because again, I'm going with shell necklaces and what's going on, dude, type of situation where I get back to my roots, like, okay, HBCU. And it's funny enough, I went there on a football scholarship, but had never heard about family before they recruited me. I heard about Grambling. That's the only HBCU I had heard about. And FAMU, they hit me up because actually my TV football coach, he sent we played in the All-Star game. I played in the All-Star game my senior year, and he sent my film to the coaches at FAMU, and they hit me up on signing day, and I didn't take a visit. They was like, if you sign, we'll bring you up for a visit next week. And I was like, all right.
So I'm assuming you were good in high school, right? They're recruiting you. They're looking at you in high school. You don't know anything about FAMU, but they are clearly the school that won you over, and you went there. Now,
for the opportunity.
Yeah, for the opportunity. I mean, I think that is the situation for a lot of people between your age, my age. I'm 48. So I have seen many young Black athletes that come from, I'm going to even say poverty at some point. Everybody's not super low income, but there's levels to everything. So you come from one environment where people are just trying to make ends meet to the recruited environment where they have things in abundance.
Yep.
From just dinner, from clothes to opportunities and everything. So I hear you saying that somewhere you got lost a little bit in that transition with the recruitment family. just speaking a little bit different, your environment, you're maybe not looking over your shoulders so much, and you are the cool kid here.
Yeah. And so funny enough, and this is something I'm just thinking about now, it's kind of like a transition then to token black guy, which again, transition on in life. Like for me, honestly, dang, that's crazy just thinking about that. So me being the chosen black guy, that's cool. Again, it wasn't that many black kids at my high school, and I'm good in sports and football and whatnot. So they were naturally, I guess, just drawn to me. And again, it gave me, I guess, a special privilege to be like, he's cool and he can hang out with us type of deal. So then I, again, transitioned to FAM. And it's like, I'm around people that look like me that are successful. So in Palm Beach, I didn't see a lot of black people that were successful in abundance. Like we had some, like my uncle, he owned a side shop in that side of the family. My aunt and uncle, they were influential. They were affluent black people, I would say, for Palm Beach. It was, of course, again, West Palm Beach has millionaires. They drive around Mercedes like Hondas, whatever. So you see it's an old retirement type of town anyway, especially. So to be more formal, I lived in Jupiter, which is a richer area code, where, yeah, it's an abundance. That's kind of like Trump's backyard. So just to give you an image of the part of West Palm Beach I was in. But in every city, there's a little hood. So that's the part that my family was in, the little hood. So we had, and it was funny enough because, again, I got, parts from both. So I'm seeing being exposed to all the nice stuff, the big homes, the nice cars that's around, the fancy dinners, whatever. But on the flip side, I'm still somewhat in the hood where I have my own family member that's in the street life. So I'm still not a part of it, but I'm close to it. I'm up close enough where I see it. So I know what's going on, where it's drugs and shootouts and all of this is still amongst me, but I'm from Jersey. So this is kind of normal. And then like, that's not the culture shock. The culture shock is the calm and the rich white people. Like that's something that I'm not really used to, but beginning to used to. Like, oh, it's a different way to live life. Like you said, you don't have to watch over your shoulder all the time, and you can be chill and kind of not have so much anxiety. That wasn't even a word back then, but now.
Yeah, but you were actually experiencing a new normal for you, what you consider, which was normal for you in New Jersey, but now you over here in a different normal. And that does take some adjustment, not just because you may look different from other people, but you think different. Things that concern you don't even concern them. So the thought process and just being different is always a challenge for for a lot of people. So what was the point where you realized that FAMU saved you from losing your culture and your blackness, and just to have some balance? What was the thing that stood out like, wow, I needed that?
Honestly, probably fashion. Again, they picked on me. I had the show Netflix, and I had it wasn't. So yeah, if you know anything about FAMU, probably HBC was period. It's a fashion show on campus, and they had. I knew that when I did go up there to they bring you up for a recruitment trip or whatnot, and they had a thing on FAMU called the Set, and it's like on Fridays where everybody meets up there around like lunchtime, and around noon they have like vendors, they have a DJ, and they kind of just block off. And back then, and it might have changed now, but back when I was going there, it was like the girls' dorms and then the guys' dorms on the other side. And like there's a road split it. So now this is like the meeting area for where all the guys and the girls would meet up at. And it was just like a happy hour, basically. Everybody come there. They had vendors. Like I said, they had the DJ, and everybody would just socialize. And you were just chilling on a Friday. And they had people from Florida State coming over, hanging out. It was just a community thing, probably locals coming up there, and it was just a lot of good energy. So like, whoa. And it was kind of like a fashion show. Everybody was dressed up. The girls dressed up, the dudes got their fits on, and everybody's just socializing. And it was like, oh, this is basically like a block party. That's what you would call it. But so going to that, it kind of made me get my my wardrobe up. Because again, in Jupiter was laid back and still is. Kids have on shorts and flip flops. That's what they got in a t-shirt. Yeah, I honestly, when I'm thinking about it, I didn't see a lot of material thing. Like back then, Tommy Hilfiger was a big thing. So you might see a kid with a Tommy Hilfiger shirt or something like that. It was like Hugo Boss or Guess jeans. But
So
definitely,
it sounded like when you were with the privileged people over here, you know, they just shorts, t-shirt, flip-flops, whatever, college preppy look. But when you get over here with our people, we put thoughts into these shoes and these socks and this coordination.
yes, and it blew my mind. I was like, man, they really, and again, that was another experience of exposure because I had people looking like me that actually came from money. And I knew it wasn't illegal like dope money from what I know.
Right.
But yeah, they had kids that their parents was affluent. It was kids whose parents might have been VP of Coca-Cola. So we had a lot of representation. And again, even back then, Atlanta was black excellence. So you had kids like one of my buddies, his dad owned a dealership in Atlanta. I think it was in Augusta or whatnot, but it just shows that because he even got us tickets to the All-Star game. This is was this 02? Yeah, I think 02 or 04. I don't know, whenever the All-Star game was back there, that was in Atlanta, but he got us tickets to the All-Star games. I was like, man, and he had like Harley Davidson truck. It's like, again, young black kids that were affluent. They had money and had means. And I know kids walking around, and back then they had on Gucci. Look, there was the Gucci velour sweatsuits they were wearing around campus. I'm like, man, y'all, okay.
That was their normal, right? And so that was an awakening for you. So I'm glad you mentioned the word representation, because I always say that too. Representation matters. You don't even know what is out there unless you see it. So now you have come from New Jersey, you're in Florida, you back getting acclimated to Black excellence now. It's a little bit different from where you're from, but you know it's now achievable. At what time do we start thinking in this dreams over excuses mindset? When does something shift like, oh, okay, I see it. I could do some of that too.
So that fast forward all the way to coming to Cali. And so that was, like I said, my journey after leaving FAM was playing arena football. So arena football is indoor. People don't know it's indoors, played on the 50-yard field, artificial turf. We definitely don't get paid like the NFL, but it's still, you play that with like I don't know.
That's post graduation. That's football after.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like a minor league thing type of deal. So you still get the basics of, you go play. You're getting paid to play. You travel around. They do have fans to come down after the game where you can sign stuff for the kids or whatnot like that.
Okay.
But you definitely don't get paid nearly as much as the NFL.
So what's the mindset? People are paying attention to you? It's still a prestigious place, the situation to be in, right?
It depends on the person. Me, it was just getting filmed. I was still trying to get to the league. It was me trying to get to Canada, to play professional in Canada or to play in the NFL. So you play hoping that somebody, again, if you have an agent, hoping that you get filmed and then you get a shot to go to camp in NFL or Canada, something like that. So that was my reality of still chasing it. So you really don't want to, and it's a dream of yours. So again, dreams over excuses. So you don't want to get ready. You're not ready to just take on corporate America or go look for a regular job, or if you still have to stay at your parents' house or whatnot. So it's an opportunity for you to still chase your dream and make some money doing it. So it was a great experience. And like I said, it took me out to Cali. So I had finished playing arena football. Honestly, I finished playing. I came to Cali in 2010. I was up 2010. I came and I was with a team in San Jose. Played them for a season, and I came back and I lived in Charlotte for a year, thinking I was going to go on because my background is finance, accounting and finance. So I was like, all right, I'm going to use my degree. What's your mindset right now? Like, okay, I am doing arena football. I'm now fresh in California. What do you think life should be like? Or what do you think is going to happen? Are you hyper focused on, I'm waiting for the NFL phone call? No, honestly, I was done. And again, again, I need to have like some kind of biography thing. Like, I honestly was done with football by that time. It was meant for me to come out there, honestly. It was God's plan. God's plan. There you go. It was just divine intervention to have me in Cali because I had never been to Cali or even thought about going. Only thing I know about Cali was Bloods and Crips. And I was like, I'm not going out there. I have no reason to go out there. So I was playing in Charlotte and I was, because mind you, so this is like my third year playing, fourth year, I think. And I had played for a team in Florida, played for a team in South Carolina and North Carolina. So I'm in Charlotte at this time. By the time I'm in Charlotte, I'm like, I'm done with football. I gave myself a 3-year window. And I was like, at this point, I'm not going to the league. I faced reality. So let me go focus on, I got my degree. So let me go focus on growing that situation. So I had put it behind me. At that time, like I said, I was living in Charlotte. I actually got
when you say you put it behind you, were you depressed about that? Or you just came to terms with it like, okay, well, it wasn't for me?
It wasn't for me. I know everything that my mindset is a means to an end. So I knew football wasn't forever anyway. I was never one of them guys like, I'm going to play 20 years. Like, honestly, I was like, I want to play 5 years to be able to retire from this and use this money to start me a business. Like, I've always been an entrepreneurial spirit. Like, football was just a vessel to get the funds to actually get there. So I already seen the writing on the wall at 3 years. I was like, I'm not going to the league. It is what it is. I'm not going to keep banging up my body.
Another intentional decision. Already at a young age, you're saying, okay, this is what I see for me in 5 years. And this is how I'm going to move in order to get what I want.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a strategic move, but even, fast forward. So again, Charlotte, I wasn't going anywhere. This is the first time I'm in Charlotte. So yeah, I missed that part. So I lived in Charlotte twice, 2 1-year stints. So the first time I'm done, with football. I played my last year there. When I was living in Charlotte, I got a job. I got my first little corporate job working for Aaron's. I was a manager trainee.
Is that furniture, Aaron's?
Yes, the rent-to-own furniture is some straight hustlers now. I understand.
Inside secrets.
Yeah, I understand their business plan. Definitely, they take advantage of the poor, I guess, or people with less financial information. So,
but also anyway, you learned something from that whole system over here. Yeah. Okay, so now you gain a life experience.
Definitely. I learned a lot. I took it in. So I had, again, the job wasn't paying a lot. It was my first corporate job, I guess. So I'm working. At that time, I had a girlfriend. So I got a situation there, and I had a job. And then funny enough, the arena team, they liked me. The coach in North Carolina heard that I was there somehow. And he reached out and was like, man, I want you to play. And I was like, man, I'm done with that. He was like, man, Tariq, if you can just be at practice 1 day a week, you'll start and I'll play and you're going to get paid. I was like, oh, okay. That's an extra check. I was like, all right, cool. So talked to my job and it worked out and I was able to play, practice once a week and I played. And at that point, I'm like, well, this is cool. I could ride this out for another 3 years. This is cool. I got my job.
So you mean inspiration comes and goes?
Opportunity comes and goes.
Opportunity. Okay. Awesome.
So this was just some extra bread on the side. I said, I can make this money again 1 day a week. I just show up for the game. I mean, I still had a passion for the game. I just, again, was looking at the future. It's like, I didn't see it panning out to be the NFL, so I wasn't going to put that much energy into it. But if they want to throw me a bone, I don't mind. If it's not affecting my schedule, I'm not moving around for it no more. Why not? So fast forward. So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm set now so I can play football still, get my little check, working on my little corporate career, and I got a relationship, everything cool. Again, God's plan. So, so the guy, my coach in California, he had coached in Florida, and he actually got the opportunity in California, and he hit me up. He was like, man, I need you to come out here. I need a defensive lineman. And I was like, nah, I'm not coming out there. But
Cali, why? Because of this gangbanging thing you're talking about?
Yeah, I didn't know about Bloods and Crips. It's way across the other side of the world. I've never been. I don't know nobody there. And
that makes sense. But I'm just gonna say, as a true Californian, I am from the San Francisco Bay Area. The Bay, we don't bang like that. That is so LA and everything. But I understand that's what's out there. That propaganda bull. I understand. Okay, so you're a little apprehensive, but you come.
Yeah, I mean, again, this goes back to experiencing everything for yourself. That's one of my models I tell anybody nowadays. Again, but it's media. People sell you on all kinds. They sell you again. They got the naked kids with the flies thinking that's Africa. Like at some point, you got to experience things for yourself. You can't believe everything that you see on TV type of deal. What's in the Bloods and the Crips.
Right.
Yeah, I think everybody's supposed to experience everything from themselves. Don't take somebody else's experience for your own. So yeah. So that's the coach had reached out. And again, my mind was set that Charlotte was the place that I was supposed to be at. Like I said, this is the banking capital of the world. We get a job here with Wells Fargo, Bank of America. So
you graduated with a finance degree from FAMU?
Undergrad, it was econ.
Okay.
Going to, well, fast forward, I went back and got my master's in accounting.
Oh, you smart. Smart. You could do a little math and everything. Do a little household budget and everything.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's what's up. I love that. That's that Black excellence we were talking about. Okay. So now you've graduated. You have the coach has reached out to you that, hey, we got opportunity in California. You get over your fears of getting shanked and whatever else by the Bloods and Crips, and then you come on out.
Yeah, and it was because things fell apart. It wasn't even me scared of coming out there. It was just like, for what? It was like not to chase football. Because again, the football, I had put that to the side. I wasn't chasing it anymore. I'm getting set for the next chapter of my life is what I'm getting set for. I'm not chasing football. So it's like,
so at this point, would you say you were comfortable where you were in life at this point then?
At this point, yeah. When he first reached out, and crazy part, he reached out in like November. I moved to Cali in February. So it's funny how things can change that fast. So I'm thinking everything is cool. I got my job, got a relationship. I can play football. They got a team here. And that was November. He reached out. He was like, yeah, I want you to come to Cali. I was like, nah, I'm not coming there, man. And then January, life happened. and
things fall apart to come back together. Man. Yeah. Okay.
I had the relationship started going bad. The job, I lost had issues with the person at the job. And they said they weren't having a team. The team wasn't coming back in Charlotte. So it was like nothing is going right. So again, it was meant for me to be in Cali. And yeah, today I say that was probably one of the best decisions I made ever was to come to Cali. And when things was falling apart, I really started talking to him and I negotiated some numbers. And then when the numbers started sounding right, I was like, all right, then it's meant to be. And then I came out there, like I said, in February. And it was, when I stepped out the plane, I was like, man, just the air is different out here. I was like, man.
What? Let's get into it. Yeah, like what? It was sunny. And we don't have so many palm trees in the Bay Area, but was it what you thought you saw on TV? It's not like Hollywood in the Bay Area.
No, the Bay was different. It was just mountains and it was cool because you had houses in the mountains. So it was like, wow, that looks cool. It looks kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. And I guess how Cali people come to the East Coast and they cool. I was like the East Coast kid coming to Cali and I was cool there. Like, was like, oh, who is this new dude? So it was like me playing with the team. Plus, I guess they could tell I wasn't from there. It was cool. Like it was a nice adjustment. My relationship had just ended. So I was free to go and just chill, see what's out there. So I was hanging out and playing ball. And that was, Cali was love. I tell kids now, if you finish in college, I think the perfect age from like 24 to probably 35, the Bay Area is a good place to go for opportunity to like try and climb that corporate ladder or just be like in Silicon Valley. Like if you're in tech or if you're in finance, there's a lot of opportunity out there in the Bay.
So I see a lot of things have even happened for you up until this point. So now you have been uprooted from New Jersey. You got to see a little bit of the good life and abundance over with the coaches and the recruitment team, people seeking you out, paying attention to you, even treating you a bit different just because you are a star athlete or, a good prospect or whatever. So now you are seeing different people that look like you, but who are totally different people who don't look like you, who you actually created some bond with. So now we move to a California love story. Sounds like to me
Man,
California really left an impression on you. Sounds like not just the weather, but some other things. So let's talk about that. I mentioned before you are married to a beautiful woman, Chereese. Tell me how did you meet Chereese and how did you know she was the one?
man, yeah. You need how much time you got left on this?
I mean, I could tell by your smile. You can take as long as you need to express yourself. I understand. Yeah, we'll get into you being a poet and a writer, an author. So I know you got the words for it.
Cali girls are cool. But our story again, just how my life planned out. I still say it's a meant to be situation because it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. That's what they said. It wasn't love at first sight situation. Not for me.
And be for real, and that's okay. We are grown people in this lounge. Everything is not a love story at first, but okay, it's cool enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
We started as a friendship and it was cool. Again, I'm new to the Bay. So, and I'm fresh out of a relationship. And the funny part, she was fresh out of a divorce.
Mhm.
So I didn't think that she was trying to do nothing serious. No way. So it was kicking it. She was the only.
So what's the environment? Where did you meet her? Was it in the club under the lights or was it out in the park?
It was walking down. We was in San Jose at a lounge. What was it called? That's crazy. And we just drove by. It was out there a month ago.
You know, when you see it, that's our place.
Yeah. It was downtown. Yeah, it was downtown San Jose. And he was coming down the stairs and it was funny because I'm a person, like, I won't approach you on the first time. Like, again, I think I look at things meant to be. Like, if I see you 2 or 3 times, then I'll speak. And it's like, okay, it's meant for me to say something to you. But that was the first time I seen her. We were walking down the stairs and it was just like, what's going on? And yeah, I remember I told her I was from Jersey. And she's like, oh, I got a homegirl from Jersey. That's what's up. And we exchanged numbers and we just started chopping it up. Like, we was talking. We probably had talked for like 2 weeks on the phone, and then we finally met up. And then, but it was like deep conversation. Like, it was cool to, like, almost like the back in the day falling asleep on the phone type of deal. But we had music in common. As you know, she was Reese the rapper coming up. So we both was with the word game type of thing. So we would be writing, and then funny enough, Drake was coming out. Then his first little album came out. So we both was listening to, like, oh, this kind of hot. So that became one of the things that we'd sit down, like a little listening party with his album.
Look at Drake bringing Black love together, bringing people together over beats and moods. That's what's up. Okay. Yeah. So you see her and she clearly has captured your eye or whatever. Did it take, just from a male's perspective, I would imagine you fear some rejection at some level too. Did you have to work up to it, or is this come kind of natural? Like, hey, I like you. Give me a number. How does that go?
Yeah, it was natural. Like, okay. And again, I don't know if your lounge had a lot of ladies. I don't
speak freely. Speak freely. We all grown here.
Come off cocky like that, but a lot of times a woman approach me. And like I said, not to be in a cocky way because I'm a reserved person. Like, I'm a peep the room. I don't know. I'm the situation. Like, you might know I'm interested. I might do things as opposed to say things. So I don't know. One of my little corny things I guess I used to do in the club is if it's a female that I was interested in, if she was standing in front of me, I might pull her hair, like do a little tug on her hair to see if she turned around with an attitude or she turned around and smile. And then I know if she smiled, it's like, okay, she's into it type of thing, whatever. So what's
into it.
I never, so with her, like I said, and it was never like an aggressive thing. Like, oh man, I got to have her. Like, most of my relationships with female, it started off casual. It was like, that's how you doing, especially in Cali. Like, I'm new here. It was, can you show me around? Like, what's the good things around Cali that I should know about? Good spots to eat, good place to hang out, and things like that. So it was the homie. Because that's the thing, like, and that's what I loved about Cali, because even if females, a favorite phrase for me was just keep it 100. It wasn't like,
let me ask you a quick question about that. Why do some men say females when they are talking about women? I'm just curious. Females to me sound so much like the pick of the litter, like when you are looking for your favorite puppy. Like, is this a female or is this a male? Do you ever run into women, or is it just like the females and the males in the place? Does that even sound different to you?
Yeah, I think
Just
it's
curious.
just where you come in. I think it's just language. Some will say
Okay, okay.
female, some say women, some say the lady, some say whatever kind of name. Heck, I thought that was good. In Oakland, they say the B word. That's too
And
short.
and see, you have good Southern roots about you, even though you started in New Jersey. But see, you done got to the West Coast, and yeah, don't let them too short you out. But yeah, I understand, and you speak however you want. I just noticed that, like when you go to different places, people will say female versus women. But whatever, you saw your lady in here, and you did vibes and voodoo on her. And she was gone after that, right?
Like again, in my mind, I'm thinking we kicking it. Like it's a vibe, but again, you getting out of a relationship, I'm getting out of a relationship. I ain't looking for nothing serious, but I ended up. So I had a few lady friends, but it wasn't
Okay.
a situation to like. And that was cool too. That she said that she couldn't tell, like in our relationship, like because we talk about this times out there, just the dating scene or whatever. Because I moved, so I had
She couldn't tell what.
that I had other lady friends, as I never like put it in her face. It wasn't even like a hiding thing. It was just like when we together, we together, and when we apart, you just do your thing. We wasn't tripping over either one. It was so funny, man. I guess we got time.
Yeah, go
Want to edit
ahead.
this?
I
Edit
like
this or
that
not?
because I'm gonna just say at that time, Chereese is a an adult woman. She's
Yeah,
been married before, so I appreciate you not playing games or anything. Like, okay, it's what's understood, as the people say, doesn't have to be explained. I'm sure she knew what she looking at, and that you had options out here, but you didn't make her feel like second best, or she had to wait
yeah,
her turn or anything like that. And I think that that's appreciated for most women.
yeah. Like I said, from especially in the Bay, because again, a lot of females that I came across in the Bay, it is the too short. They grew up with that. By the time you're 15, you probably been called a B a few times. Like that's just
Wow.
especially if you on the East Bay, like around Oakland and Hayward, it's just rough. It's Richmond. So it's like, if you come with, like you said, some of that Southern hospitality, like I'm just here to be
Well,
nice, open up doors.
some of us, you have to soften us up a little bit, but there are some
Yeah.
delicate flowers out there for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. I can only speak on the ones I came across. It was, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Kelly,
So you had your, I don't want to say your fair share, but you had some options out here. Okay. Now we're friends. We're hanging out. We're talking. Are you thinking at any point, I might like her a little bit?
negative.
Negative. Okay. She don't like you
No,
either, but go ahead.
we was kicking it. Went to the movie a couple times or whatever. This chick, so we go to the movies and we just sitting there, and Reese ended up texting me, and I looked at the phone. We was watching the movie, I ain't paying no attention. So then we go back after the movie, and this chick pulls out her phone and pulls up Reese on Facebook. She was like, "Is this who you was just texting with?" I was like, "What?"
What?
And I said,
Is
it
this
blew my
person
mind.
your girlfriend, or this is just
No,
somebody? Okay.
this is a
Okay.
chick I'm just talking to. We had hung out twice. This is the second or third time we was hanging out. We went to the movies or whatever. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
What are
but
you
I'm this
thinking?
chick.
Like, how does she even know this information?
Man, exactly. I'm like, do you work for the feds or the CIA? Like, how the heck do you know?
Right.
But fast forward later on, I came to figure out she just went to my Facebook friends in California, and Reese was about the only female I had added from Facebook at that time. So
Okay. Two
she
plus two. Okay.
yeah. So she pulled it up, but again, back then, my mind is blown. I'm like, this chick is tripping. How the heck did she find out? So I ain't lying. I'm like, yeah, that's my homie. What's the big deal or whatever? So she's like, oh. So mind you, this is a Mexican chick. So this shit crazy.
Did you
She
say she's
goes,
Mexican?
she's Mexican.
Okay, so you're getting different flavors now. So you've been from
Yes.
East Coast to the South to the California women, some California Bay Area Black girls to some Bay Area Mexican girls. All of our sisters. Shout out! This is for La Rasta. Okay.
So this chick proceeds to inbox Reese. I was like,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
me and Tariq been hanging out. I don't want to feel like I just want to let you know so you don't feel like you're getting played. And because I don't, you can have what she said. You can have.
Wow.
She said,
You can
he
have him.
cool.
I don't have time
You
for
can have.
this.
Yeah, you cool.
Okay.
He cool, but you can have that. We kicked it a few times or whatever, but you can have that type of thing.
Mm,
So she
okay.
sent this message to Reese, and that would probably be a time I was like, all right, I could rock with her. Because Reese, she responded with the simple notion. I guess the girl thinks she was blowing up the spot. She was like, when me and Tariq hang out, we do what we do. We ain't together. We do ourselves. We do what we do type of thing. So she was like, that ain't my man. We just kick it. And so then I blocked her. I ain't talked to no more after that.
So you respected the Cali girl's position on the foolery. She could have took it any
Yeah,
which way, but she was like, "Hey,
exactly.
yo, it is what
Yeah,
it
she played it
is."
cool. Yeah. So yeah, she played the pimp game with that. She was pimp tight with that one. So I was like, I
Okay, so
respected it. I was
now
like,
what are you
okay.
thinking about her at this point?
So now like I can rock with her. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I can rock with her. She cool. But again, I'm still not thinking long term because again, this is
Just
still
having a
only a
little
couple months
fun.
in.
Okay.
We're still having fun. So fast forward, I actually end up in another relationship. So I moved to Charlotte. And it was end of the football season, and I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going back to Charlotte and keep in contact or whatever. So she was sad because
Now wait a minute, but what are you going back to Charlotte to what? Just your own place, just to start life over again, or are you going back to an old life or an old situation?
no. So I moved to Charlotte. So I had another situation.
You got a lot of situations, but okay, no
Another
judgment.
situation. I'm still at this point because I didn't play ball. I'm looking at opportunities because again, I'm getting looks because coming out to Cali, I was doing good before I came, and I came out to Cali. So now it's a different coast of football. So now Canada is even closer because I was actually working out for a Canada team, the BC Lions, that was in Vancouver. So this time I'm just anxious by my phone. Like at any time I can get a call, which was also, I took that into account with Reese because she had justice. So I was like, there's no way that I can expect you to move around like that. And I'm still chasing this because I was focused. Like that was my thing. Nothing was in my mindset at the time, how I'm thinking about everything. Because again, I had another situation, and the other situation was serious. She wanted to be serious, and she didn't have any kids or any kind of baggage. She just was like, I'm here for you. I want to be with you, but if you don't want to be with me, then we can call it. So there was a lot of things that happened. And then during this time, I was in communication, but I had left. I didn't know if I was coming back to Cali at all. Because again, I had a relationship with another chick. She was saying she was like, yeah, I want to be with you. If you want to come back, it's cool. If not, I understand or whatever. So it was like me making a decision what I want to do. So I did end up coming back out to Cali with the other female, and we had a relationship, and Hold
up. That's new information for me right there. So wait a minute. Let's go back a little bit. So this is the second time now you're back in California. But when you come back to California this time, you brought somebody with you?
I didn't bring them. They was there. I came back.
Oh, okay. So you made a connection before you left. And when you came back, this connection is still available to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
So yeah, that didn't work out. And that relationship was like probably 2 years. And but at the same time, we kept in contact, but she was respectful. We both were respectful. We had no conversation on the phone. It was more so internet. And it was like maybe for birthdays or holidays, like, how you doing? Hope everything's okay. Situation like that.
And then real cute. Nothing scandalous. We just keeping up with each other. Okay. Shout out to you, Chereese. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So then it just so happened the relationship, it didn't go right. So it was probably like, I don't know, might end the relationship in like July. And then me and her end up, I guess, doing a chat probably in like September. But I think she was doing the radio show, the Shout Out radio show or something like that. And she had sent the link and I listened to it. And then she had seen I had listened to it. And she's like, oh, hey, what's going on? Hope everything is going okay. I was like, yeah, everything good. And then of course she mentioned, how's you and your girlfriend? I was like,
Just want to know what's going on over there. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So of course, when I was like 9 in that relationship no more, she came out in like October. She ended up coming out to visit, which was crazy. I wasn't nervous. It was, again, to
She
me, she
came
was
out to
coming out.
where? So now where
I
are
was in
you?
Charlotte.
Okay, she's in Charlotte. Okay, so
I'm in
Chereese, your
Charlotte.
now wife, she comes to Charlotte. She's seeing you in a different environment now. This is her first time seeing you here. Okay. And now when you see her, do you feel differently seeing her on different ground in a different environment? You've been through a couple of relationships now?
No, I think it just picked up. It was natural to me. It was just like, oh, the homie in town type of deal. Like
Okay, we still on the homie. Okay.
it was still on the homie. It was,
Okay.
but it was cool. It was like, it felt like familiar territory.
Okay, so this is a good time to say to all the ladies out there listening, I'm of the thought that a man will do what he wants to do. There's nothing you need to do. You all both clearly kept in touch. Not that she was like reaching out. She knew you were moving around, and I'm sure she was living her life too. So that just brought me back to something I read in actually your book. You also go by FuQuan the poet. So I do have that book here. It's called FuQuan Presents 30 for 30.
Yes.
One thing that stood out to me was how you noted the word effort, and you noted it as a noun, and it says the thing that shows your level of interest. That's all I'm asking for. And damn it, I could just close the book right there because it spoke to me. But I appreciate you wrote sound good, don't it? Sound good, don't it? Yeah, you wrote that. And obviously you put that effort in clearly to keep the conversation with Chereese, your now wife, going forward across states, across different situations and relationships. So now get us to the point because I want to know what the male mind is thinking. So up until this point, it's good times, good vibes. You respect how she moved, you know, who raised her and all these things. But when was the first time now you're like, I'm gonna have to take her out the homie category. I might not want nobody else to be her homie like that. How did that happen?
For me, it was we did long distance for 2 years. She was still in Cali and doing long distance. And I think it was, again, the key word you said, effort, that we put in, because it was, and like I said, it was meant to be. It was like a perfect storm for being a perfect time on when that happened. Because nowadays, I don't even know if, I don't see a lot of relationships lasting 2 years just because of social media. Like, you really have to be intentional and intent, especially that far. Like, I can see Georgia to Tennessee maybe, but from Florida to Cali, and to be, again, y'all both independent in y'all own right, and you don't really need nobody, and it's like, you good. You got good looks. It's not like you can't get nobody. So to be that far apart, things have to align dead on there perfect. And like there, because it could be, again, arguments, or it can be, oh, I don't have the money to come see you right now. So now it's 6 months before you even seen somebody. So you're like, man, I ain't got time for this. Or it could be.
And this is another ode to dreams over excuses. If somebody wants to put the effort in whenever I can see you, it's I'm gonna not make any excuses for that. They'll get to you if they want to see you, they want to speak to you, they want to start anything with you. Didn't look like it stopped you at all.
No, yeah, again, the effort. Like I said, she kicked it off Valentine's. So February, she planned a trip to Vegas, which is pretty dope because that's the first time I had been to Vegas. And she said, I got flew out. She flew me out.
Not flew you out. Big dog in it. Okay, Chereese.
Oh, I was like, okay.
Let's talk about that though, because not a lot of women can do that or feel the need or want to do that. There may be some shame, embarrassment, maybe a little too much pride to do that. But like, honestly, how did you think of her after you got flued out like a little floozy? How did you feel about that?
Like, okay, she making boss moves. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me clutch my pearls. I said, okay.
Okay.
Fly me out. But nah, it was the effort again. It was someplace I didn't be. It was that's the intentional stuff that I think will keep couples going for a long distance, that you do have to keep up over time, because it was just probably a conversation that I had, that I had never been to Vegas. And so she just picked up on that and was like, all right, well, cool. That'll be a cool Valentine thing.
Oh, okay. So she was out here popping your cherry on a few things. Okay. She's giving you some California girl love. She's flying you out across states or whatever, showing you the good life in Sin City. Okay. So you're liking her. So are we now at the point where is there more? Could she be a missus? What did you need to see?
So again, I'm always the person in stages. So it starts at talking, well, it starts at the homie, then it's like exclusive talking, then it goes to, I guess, the actual title thing, because it was, and the crazy part, like a title is almost like a you understood. She was the first one that I actually did the little corny cutesy, wrote a little letter, because she came down. So that was February. And so she came out to Florida in May, and then we made it official, gave her a card. What did I say? You want to be my girlfriend? Circle yes or no, something like that. So that was
you
cool.
Did that? That's cute. Oh, that's real cute. How did she take that?
Of course, she was happy and smiled. Had to shed a tear. But yeah, so we started May 2013, being official, and then I moved out there the end of 2014 to Cali.
So let's take that in what's happening here, because like we mentioned before, Chereese, your now wife, she was married previously. She has a daughter from her previous relationship. You don't have any children. What are your thoughts even at this point? So now you and her have become a thing. Did you have an opinion on marriage or the married life at all by this time? Or you're still just thinking, okay, that's my person, but maybe married life is not even a thing right now?
Yeah. Again, I didn't jump to that. Again, maybe because I didn't see a whole lot of healthy marriages. Like my parents, well, I didn't grow up with my biological father. I grew up with my stepfather, and him and mom been married about 35 plus years now. But most of them to me wasn't blissful. It was kind of toxic. And so it's like marriage is just, it was something that people did as a formality, because once you've been with somebody, I guess what they have, the common law marriage, or you might as well go ahead and, how they say, make a woman out of her.
make an honest woman out of her, huh? Okay.
Woman. So, and she wasn't even tripping on it. She said she didn't have to be married again. She was cool with us just vibing, because she had already been married. It was me that didn't. And I think that was something that once I moved out there, it was more of a intentional thing, because it was like I want to experience that too, I guess, to make it better, so to say, because again, because she had been married. So from a guy perspective, just I guess, well, ego type of thing, it was like, dang, you already been married, you already got a kid. I can't be your first in that, but I know that situation wasn't the best, so now I can show you a better version of that marriage situation. So even though she wasn't pressing for it, I was like, I want my own family. I want to create my own legacy, because honestly, I didn't want kids. Like, that was another situation that when we was first talking, it was like, justice could be it. Again, I don't want to bring a kid into a bad situation, like financially. Like, if I wasn't financially ready, or a toxic situation. And it was also a little bit of selfishness. I know I wanted to accomplish certain things in life. And I've seen people who had kids, even some of my friends, they made their lives about their kids. Like, that's what they write. Right? Oh, it's my kid. I got to do this. And you got to go to practice this weekend. And I got to be the gym van coach or whatever. I mean, you got to go here. And, oh, the kid has to do this. And I was like, man, I don't want that life. Thank God put me on here to accomplish some things. So I want to support my kid, definitely, but I don't want my life to revolve around their life. And so that was a conversation we had. And she was like, no, that's cool. I understand, even though she wanted another kid once we start living together. and just being around and just being around other people with kids, it was like, man, I would be cool to have a legacy. So I was like, okay. I said, yeah, you should have at least one. And so yeah, it was intentional. She got pregnant. We had a boy, and I was blessed. I did want a boy just to leave a legacy type of deal.
Just another example of intentional living. Like you said, we talked about this. You had in your mind already what life was supposed to look like for you, and didn't necessarily include kids. But I think that's admirable that you all had this conversation. So like I mentioned, Tariq is also the author of Amped, another book. We're going to have that information in the description box. Amped is applying major pressure every day. So again, I told you I went through picking things that I thought spoke to me. I will say for either book, be grown, please. Have a little life experience. This is for the grown people. This is for people who have lived, who are okay with expression and not a damn prude. Okay. But I thought it was dope. I appreciate how you put your words together. I appreciate that you are you know how to express yourself. I know in the conversations we've had before that you even refer to yourself as an introvert. But I feel like when you are in the right vibe, in the right space, you clearly have something to say. So I think that's another reason that your relationship with Chereese is probably working out so well. She's a creative. She believes in expression, and she's just a dope person all the way around. So I'm really glad to witness the coming of the two and her putting her good California juju all over you.
For sure.
So what year are you all on now, and would you do it all over again?
You're on year, so 2013. So yeah, together 13 years, married 9 years.
9 years. How's it feel?
That's cool. It's a journey. Like again, I say it's a meant to be thing. All you see is a lot of negative situations when it comes to relationship, especially Black love. So we do these things called brown table talks. And I think that helps. That was like another part of therapy, that you can see what's going on in other people's lives and maybe how they handle certain situations, and then how they got through it, if they got through it. And then sometimes you come out better because you be like, well, damn, mine ain't that bad.
I appreciate when people fellowship and come together. Community is super important. That's one of the reasons why I created this platform, just to have real conversations just about human behavior, personal development. We are all just trying to be better and growing in something. But I do want to know, just from your point of view as a married person, what would you tell another male travel buddy out there listening? What should I be looking for, or what is the feeling they should have? How do you know that it's time?
It's always going to be a personal decision. And it depends where you are in your life. That's the thing. Again, I just keep referring back to it was a meant to be thing for us, because things have to align. And it was a saying that sometimes it's the right person, but not the right time, or it's the right time and not the right person. Like, you have to be available for a relationship, because you have to be intentional. Like, don't get it wrong. Marriage, any relationship, is work. Like, you can't just be like, it's put it on automation and it's just going to take care of itself. Like, you have to be intentional about just talks, just having a conversation, the intimacy of it, the hanging out together, and then again, once the kids get involved, I think that was another thing that I thought about by having kids, that I see a lot of couples relationships going through. Like, when the kids are born, because their life becomes around the kids, they forget to date each other. So then it's like they taking care of the kids for 18 years or whatever, and then they leave out. Then they got to learn each other again. And then think like, dang, I don't even know this person. I don't even know if I want to get to know this person. I don't like how they didn't change. Well, you done went 18 years and you didn't change yourself. Like, that's the thing. Like, you have to be able to adapt to change, because how you meet somebody is probably not how they're going to stay.
I agree with that. I think the evolution is going to happen. She's not the same person. You're not the same person. And that's okay if you all are in communication and growing together. So what would you say are some of the things that you intentionally do to keep that romance there, to just keep in communication of any updates in life and how you may have changed just over from last week or what's really going on? What do you do to make sure you stay in tune with each other?
I would say communication and compromise is our two biggest things. But I will say now it's also self-care. Is how they say you can't pour into somebody else's cup if your cup is not full. So I am like I told you at the beginning, I just started therapy like a month ago. So I am a big advocate of therapy, and not necessarily having to sit in the office on a sofa with a shrink or something. Like therapy, I do multiple therapies every week because on Wednesdays I go play golf. I go to the driving range. So for me, that's therapy. I get to go out and clear my mind. On twice a week, I talk to my mom. That's therapy because I get to vent to her if there's anything going on, or just see how they're going, and just to know that your family is doing okay, they're healthy. That's part of therapy. It's less stress and whatnot. And again, the travel, I would encourage every man, like, go into a relationship as an individual, but willing to combine you guys' situation, because you need to have your own life. Well, can we do this together? Can we hang out together? It's like, no, you need to have your life. For me personally, have some, how they say, have some motion.
Right.
Have something going on that you can't, that I'm not involved in, that we can have a conversation, or I might can help you out that if you got your own little business plan going on, or I don't know, whatever interests or hobbies that you might have that we can talk about, that I can be a part of, or I can just sit back and applaud you for doing that. But you have a life that's not just tied to anything, everything that I do. Like, again, bring something. That's what I admire about another person, that you can teach me something. Like, I don't want to be the teacher all the time. Like, let me come in a room and you tell me, I'm like, oh man, I ain't know nothing about that. That's cool. I learned something today. So I think that's important. So the relationship does not get dull. It's just, you steady growing. Like, you want in your relationship, you want to grow. Because I don't know, an old supervisor told me either, they tell me, he said, every day you're either getting smarter or you're getting dumber. So,
right. Pick a poison. Who you going to be? I agree. I agree with that. I think you should be a whole person when you connect with somebody else. You should complement each other, not necessarily change each other. And like you said, I like to be, I like to level up over the years. I like for you to teach me something, you learn something. Doesn't mean that will become my hobby, but shout out to you. Maybe I could cheer you on for whatever it is you're doing. But yeah, you got to be into one another and just be supportive. I love a good Black excellence, Black love story. And I heard you say you play golf. Y'all heard that? He play a little golf out there with Barack Obama on the green out there.
Every single day you wake up, you have one simple task, and that's to prove to yourself that you are exactly who you say you are. It's not about anybody else's opinion.
Play a little golf.
Well, this is actually a session that we do in the Layover Lounge. It's called Rapid Fire. So I'm just going to throw out a few questions for you. Don't overthink it. Just whatever comes to your mind, and just let me know.
Gotcha.
And no pressure. New Jersey or California?
California.
Hip hop or R&B?
Dang, depending on what day it is. Which hip hop and which R&B? That's a tough one.
For the most part, what's your vibe?
Hip hop.
Okay. You prefer grown and sexy date nights or matching hiking boots and bandanas outdoors?
Dang. I like both.
Okay.
Balance.
All right.
I like both of those.
Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp.
Okay. We'll circle back on that one day. One word that best describes your wife. Kind. Okay. I love kind. It's not a lot of kind people in the world. That's a good thing to be. One place you've never been but you hope to visit.
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay.
Cape Town, Johannesburg.
Okay. Cape Town. What do you feel when you hear these words? Patience, persistence, prayer.
The 3 P's of success.
3 P's of success. I got that from your book. So I just wanted to know, what that means for you. And that could be in any situation. You need a little patience. You pray over it, and a little persistence. I love that. Tariq, I appreciate you so much for hanging out with us in the lounge today. I want to make sure that I have the travel buddies out there connect with you, follow you, and just keep up with whatever you're building out there. So take this time now. Where can they reach you? How can they get into Dreams Over Excuses? And tell us just a little bit about the organization.
Oh man, thank you so much. So Dreams Over Excuses is a nonprofit. It's catered to helping the youth with financial literacy and entrepreneurship. I'm trying to right now get into schools, doing career days, maybe some after school programs. But you can reach us on all platforms. Well, IG is Dreams Over Excuses _ We do have a YouTube that's at Dreams Over Excuses. And also the email is dreamsoverexcuses24@gmail.com. And the website is dreamsoverexcuses.org. So, definitely tap in, and I appreciate the Layover Lounge. It's been a great conversation. I like these.
For sure. You're always welcome here. I'm sure there'll be many more conversations to come. So I want to thank Tariq for spending his afternoon in the Layover Lounge with us today. And shout out to all the travel buddies out there that are helping me build this community one view at a time. So I want you all to keep growing, keep going, and we'll check you on the next Layover.